Good morning. We're going to finish up Psalm 63, the last 3 verses here this morning. But those who seek to destroy my life shall go down into the depths of the earth. They shall be given over to the power of the sword. They shall be a portion for jackals. But the king shall rejoice in God. All who swear by him shall exult, for the mouth of liars will be stopped. The psalm ends with this statement of victory. And as David lays this out, he is talking about, as we've noted here in the wilderness, his desire and delight in God and what that delight in God is doing. The capstone, or maybe the final fruit of what the delight in God brings to us, seems to be here in these 3 verses, that it brings us a sense of optimism even though we're continually opposed. Optimism even though you're continually opposed. In other words, delighting in God isn't removing the obstacles. It's not removing the opposition, the acknowledgement of David, those who seek to destroy my life, that there are those who are trying to annihilate him. And yet God will be victorious, and David arrives at a sense of exultant optimism. And he arrives at that because he has chosen, as we saw earlier in the psalm, to delight himself in the Lord. So delighting in God ends up having a kind of residual effect. You end up actually in the peripheral, if you will. If God is your focus in the peripheral, you take confidence that God keeps the opposition at bay, that your focus doesn't have to be there because you're delighting in the Lord. You can center on him, and you don't have to focus on the opposition and fret it. Instead, you can happen to it, knowing it's there and it's going to come against you. The devil, the world, circumstances, sometimes your own flesh. But you staying focused on delighting in God, you're able to move forward. It's that famous statement that I've shared before that Chuck Swindoll said, that obstacles are what you see when you take your eyes off the goal. So if you're focused in delighting in God as your ultimate goal, the receptacle of your joy, then that opposition you can actually view with optimism. And that's what the psalmist does here. He views with optimism, knowing that God will do his part, and he has to do his, which is to delight in his Lord. May the Lord bless you today.